Hi guys, it's Erin Hopkins. I'm so excited to be in here. Lindsay Matway asked me this morning, she's like, hey, can you hop in this group and talk about like how you have so many people going to the Make event? And then I saw Lindsay Isham's live. I just watched it and I was like, yep, what she said. Like, so good. Lindsay, you nailed it. You also made me want to redecorate my office, which is neither here nor there. But events have always been such a huge part of my business over the last 10 years in this industry. And they're really what changed the trajectory of my life. I started in network marketing. 10 years ago, I had 3 kids under 3, a husband that traveled all the time. We had some crazy financial things going on. And I will never forget going to my first event. It literally changed my life. It showed me the bigger picture. And I think we've all had these moments. And by the way, it was really hard to get to my first event. I had to figure out somebody who could watch 3 kids under 3. I had to have really hard conversations with my husband that were really important about where this was going and what I was going to be doing. And anyway, I know that we all have those moments where we're like, that was the event that changed everything for me. Or you can recognize people on your teams where like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if they would still be here if it wasn't for that event. And let's just talk about Utah. Like that event, I know that I'm going to look back and be like, okay, that event, that Black Desert event was pivotal for me and my Make Wellness business because I have literally never been as productive as I have since we got home. I have never been as on fire and ready to go and right? Like we know what happens when you get in the room. I remember when we lost it, all the Beachbody thing happened and we lost everything. And I was like, I'm a no on this industry. I'm a no on finding another company. And it took one call with Justin Prince to be like, I am in. I have never been more in. I have never been in faster. Because we all know that if you get in the room with Justin and our corporate leadership team and our top leaders, you guys speaking on the stage, that so many lives are going to change. So events matter. They've always been pivotal in my business. I have always chased the next event, the next piece of recognition at the next event. And that's how I've built a really successful business over the last 10 years. And so I do think that like this needs a pause. This needs time for us to really focus on getting people there because we just got to get them there. Right? Like this event is going to be next level and it's going to be amazing. So I think one thing that's really incredible that we've always done, but I love it, like Make Wellness just like does all the things for you so you don't have to recreate the wheel every time. But these testimonies that are going up in the Make affiliate page are incredible. I've only listened to a few of them, but I know that I have some members of my team that are going to share, and I know their stories of how events have changed their lives. So I think it's really important that we're sharing these with our teams. We're linking them into our chats, into our own team Facebook pages, and we're making sure that people are hearing what this could do. Like the cost of not going, you know, the wondering, what if I had gone to that event and what if this could have changed the trajectory of my life? It matters. And so sharing those testimonies to your people is huge. And again, if you have people who you're like, they got to tell their story, like, please let corporate know. It's been really incredible. I think it's really important to normalize that it's hard. That it's hard to leave your kids and sporting events and to have conversations with your loved ones about needing help or what you want or how this could change, right? Like this is a pivotal moment sometimes. I remember it was for me. I had 3 kids under 3 and we didn't have money. I don't even know how I made it to the event, but I knew that if I wanted to make money and I wanted this to be a big thing, that I couldn't miss the event. And I think that we have to make people understand that we know that that's hard, that there may be challenging conversations ahead of them. They may be hard to put the pieces of the childcare puzzle together, but really explain to them why it's important and what this could do for them and how this could be the event that changes everything for them. Lindsay said that our team's doing the same thing. We're doing kind of like a matchmaker for roommates. And I think that that's really important. But I also think that more than anything, and this is what I'll be focusing on probably all next week and I'll have my leaders do the same thing, but just people want to be seen and people want to know that it matters to you, that they're there, and why it matters to them and their business. And they want you to see them. And so I plan on going like, here's my list of premieres. Is this person registered? If they are, like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you in Orlando. We're doing like a team pool party on Friday. So I'll like make sure they know about that. Make sure they're plugged into our Orlando message thread where everybody's like bringing the hype and the excitement and all of the things. And if they're not registered, I will say like, hey, I noticed you weren't registered. Tell me what's happening. You've got to be there. Oh my gosh, I'm dying to see you. Right? Like simple messages like that make them know that they matter, make them know that their business matters, that you see bigger things for them. So I'm going to do 1 day premieres, 1 day senior affiliates, 1 day rising affiliates, and just spend some time sending voice messages and making people know that I want to see them, that it matters to me that they're there. I think that is like really, really the key here. And I feel like if we can all spend time over the weekend and next week doing that, we will see these numbers absolutely soar. And also kind of overcoming their objections, like no guilt trip, no pressure. But I remember one time I was hosting a retreat and one of my girls was like, I can't because I coach soccer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know, like that's so hard. And I remember being like, okay, well, we'll miss you. And then I just remember being like, Erin, you have to let her know that this still matters and not pressure her and not guilt her. But I remember being like, no. My job is to show her the bigger picture. And I voice messaged her back. And I remember just being like, I honor wherever you are and whatever you need. And I love you so much, whether you're at this retreat or not. But I wouldn't be doing my job as your mentor if I didn't tell you that this retreat could change your life and this is why, right? Like, I think it's important that we take it to that next step a little bit, of course, with no guilt and no pressure, but just like really letting people know how important it is. The conversation I had with Lindsay Matway this morning when she asked me to hop on live, I'm like, Lindsay, I don't know what I did. And then I'm like, oh, I know what I did. It's 10 years of creating culture around events and people linking arms and creating community. Events have always been whether I'm hosting retreats, whether it's corporate events, whether it's rewards trips, like events has always been the cornerstone of my business. Again, it changed my life. Also, I love people and I love a good party. Like this is so important. And so I think that the culture that we've created in years past, I would say sometimes that like, I need to be there. I need them to feel the love. I need to like connect them. But in this, now I see when I take a step back and look at my business, I have connected people in ways where they don't need me anymore because they're obsessed with each other. And there's been all of this FOMO and excitement and like, oh my gosh, well, if Sarah's going, I have to go. Like they love each other and truly want to grow together and truly want to be there together. So I think creating that culture is super important. And when we were in Utah and it was kind of like, what is your kind of like your highest and best use? What is the thing that no one else can do that you can do? When I got back from Utah, I knew that I needed to double down on this, which is I'm really good at connecting people where they are and having them run together. So even, for example, I have a lot of different pod systems that I'm happy to share at another time, but one specific one that I did at the end of January as a final push when we got home from Utah, I'm like, I'm really good at bringing people together and having them run together and like being the hype, but like they're really the hype for each other. Like we have this no person left behind. If I go, we go together. You can't beat me. I want to win. I want you to win too. Like that is the culture that we have. And as our team's gotten really big, it's been kind of easy to like shy away from that a little bit. And I doubled down on that when we got back from Utah and I saw big results. And this is what I did. I found the people who were close to Premier and I potted them up. Like I'm sure you guys are already doing this. But now they're like obsessed with each other. That last 5-day push where they didn't hide in the thread, but they linked arms and they ran together. Now they want to run. Now they want to room together in Orlando, and then we did a push to 5K. We did a push to all the true ups. I'm like, let's go get the money, guys. Like, you have 5 days. Everybody here is going to hold each other accountable to get to 5K. Everybody here is going to hold each other accountable to get to 10K. And even just in 5 days, the relationships that came from them linking arms and caring about each other's success as much as they care about their own, I realized that culture is why I have a lot of people at events, and it really has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with them wanting to do this together and them wanting to link arms and being together and seeing the fact that they're going to grow faster together and they truly love each other and want to be together. And I feel like that's something that we can create every day in our teams by identifying people and who they should be running with. And Lindsay said similar things like, hey, I want you to meet her and you guys can run together. And right, it's just connecting people. And I really think that has translated into high numbers for events. Okay, last thing. So my big action item is, to get your list of premiers, get your list of senior affiliates, and take one list a day and just message them one-on-one. Let them know that, make them feel seen, make them feel like you want them to be there. Explain to them why it matters to them. But some other things that have been really awesome, which is not necessarily getting people to the event, but something really awesome to do at the event that helps people push for the month of February. Just some ideas we've done in the past. At the first Make One event, I did a top 14 spa day. It was downline wide, and I know this is a bigger investment, but I will tell you what, I have never seen people push as hard as they push for that top 14 spa day. They wanted to be there. They wanted to be in the pictures. They wanted to be treated like they wanted to be together, like in our robes, having champagne, and the Gaylord Spa. It was so nice there. And that was an amazing push. So it makes people want to come to the event, but also it levels people up. So they walk into the event with a different level of confidence, right? And then we're creating more community there. We've done premier luncheons. I've had, Amy does like a pizza night in her room that, I don't know, maybe it's for premiers, maybe it's for whatever it makes sense for you to do in your business. The last retreat in Dallas, I partnered with Moira and Holly and Lindsay and Christina, and we all did this incredible thing together. It's been so amazing. We did it for 5K and up premieres, but again, you would look at your business and see what made sense. We hired a photographer and we had photo shoots, which is, y'all, like the marketing materials. People want to be in those photos. People want headshots. They don't want to do that for themselves. But being a part of the team photos that then we all use and being incentivized to be a part of that is incredible. So all of a sudden we had all of these 5K premieres pop. And then we potted them up in groups of, maybe it was 4 or 5. I think it was based on their make memories points. Like that's kind of, because some people are great sellers, some people are great team builders, but the points is kind of like the evening out factor. And we created pods, again, of 4 or 5. And I'm telling you, these pods they've become best friends, and these success partnerships have lasted since that event. I remember my friend Maggie, like we were in Mexico. I'm like, Maggie, where are you? We're at the pool. Why aren't you with us? She's like, oh, I'm with she calls them the pod squad. I'm with my pod squad. Like they have become such best friends and such success partners and created this incredible thing. And so many had. So, and then we had a 5K event where we had speakers and poured into them. And it was just kind of an elevated thing that I'm telling you, people pushed for like crazy. So, whether it's a luncheon, a pool day, of us, if you want to do a spa day. I got a suite at one of the events and we had just kind of a mastermind in there. But it made people have a little bit more of an elevated experience. And it was a great opportunity to have the event have a piece of that people were pushing for. So they're crushing it in February. They're linking arms like, hey, I'm going to qualify for this. Let's qualify for this together. And it's always been really incredible to add a little incentive to the front. And it could be something in Disney. How fun would that be? Anyway, I'm sure most of this you guys already know. You're incredible leaders. But I do think that this is, creating that team culture and community around events over the last 10 years has been what has been so much fun. Like, it brings me so much joy to see these people in real life. And, I know it does for you guys too. So let's show up big. Let's make it happen. Let's take next week and just like double, triple our numbers. And I can't wait to see you guys there. Okay, bye.